Imagine owning a car so luxurious, so ahead of its time, that it didn't just turn heads, it stopped traffic. The 1953 Cadillac Series 62 wasn't built to impress, it was built to dominate. And today, you're about to see why this masterpiece still outshines modern luxury. What's up, everyone? Subscribe to my channel. Today, I'm bringing you a masterpiece from a golden era. An automotive jewel that defined prestige, power, and American glamour. We're talking about the 1953 Cadillac Series 62. A rolling sculpture from a time when the only limit was imagination, and the only goal was to stand higher than anyone else on the road. This wasn't just a car, it was a statement, a status symbol, and a preview of what luxury could become. So sit back, relax, and let's take a deep dive into one of the most unforgettable machines in Cadillac history. The 1953 Cadillac Series 62 was a car that turned heads long before engines were even started. Its presence alone was enough to command respect. And that extravagant shape is a reminder of Cadillac's mission at the time to be the undeniable symbol of American success. With long, flowing lines, the iconic tail fins, a grille that looked like it could swallow an entire decade of lesser cars, and chrome so polished it could practically blind you, this Series 62 didn't simply reflect light, it reflected status. People who drove it weren't just driving, they were declaring something about themselves. Under the hood, Cadillac gave the world something special. For 1953, the Series 62 carried Cadillac's 331 cubic inch overhead valve V8 engine, one of the most advanced and respected power plants of its time. It was smooth, powerful, and built with precision that separated Cadillac from the competition. This V8 delivered effortless acceleration, whisper-quiet cruising, and the kind of reliability that made Cadillac the ultimate choice for those who demanded excellence and nothing less. When this engine came to life, it wasn't loud or aggressive, it was refined, confident, and elegant, like a gentleman walking into a room and instantly owning it without needing to raise his voice. Inside, the 1953 Cadillac Series 62 felt like stepping into a private lounge meant for royalty. The cabin was wrapped in premium materials, supple leather seats, rich upholstery, polished accents, and design decisions that made every inch feel intentional. This wasn't a car that simply transported you from one place to another. It was a place where you were meant to be seen, a place where conversations flowed smoother than the ride itself. Everything inside the Series 62, from the wide dashboard lines to the chrome bezels surrounding the gauges, was a reminder that Cadillac was the undisputed king of American luxury. Driving the Series 62 wasn't just about performance, it was about the experience. The power steering, the refined suspension, the sensation of gliding across the road as if supported by air alone. Cadillac engineered these cars to make every mile feel like the world outside was being filtered and softened. You didn't just drive this car, you commanded it. And in return, it provided the type of comfort only Cadillac could offer in the early 50s. This was what executives, celebrities, and visionaries chose when they wanted to move with both confidence and class. Stylistically, the 1953 model year marked a significant moment for Cadillac. Designers elevated the Series 62 with sleeker, more modern lines, nodding toward the future while celebrating everything that made Cadillac iconic. The front end showcased boldness, while the rear fins, just starting to grow in size during that era, hinted at the dramatic styling that Cadillac would perfect throughout the decade. This was a design language that so many brands would try to imitate, but none could replicate. Cadillac wasn't following trends, it was creating them. And one of the most impressive things about the 1953 Series 62 is how it captured the optimism of its time. Post-war America was booming, confidence was high, and people were looking for beauty, innovation, and luxury. the Series 62 stepped in and filled that demand perfectly. It symbolized achievement, it symbolized hope, it symbolized the power of dreaming big. Everything about this car, from the glittering chrome to the sweeping fender lines, reminded people of where America was heading: forward, upward, and into a future full of possibilities. Collectors today still look at the 1953 Cadillac Series 62 as one of the most desirable cars of its era, not just because of its beauty or engineering, but because of what it represents: a time capsule of pure American luxury. Whether restored to perfection or preserved in its original elegance, this model continues to capture hearts everywhere. It's more than metal and mechanics, it's emotion, nostalgia, craftsmanship, and a tribute to the artistry of automotive design. When you see one in person, something inside you reacts. Maybe it's the soft rumble of the V8. Maybe it's the way the sunlight dances across the chrome. Maybe it's the unmistakable elegance that radiates from the car like energy. But one thing is certain: the 1953 Cadillac Series 62 leaves a mark. You don't forget it. You don't confuse it with anything else. It stands alone. And today, as we look back at this automotive legend, we're reminded of what true luxury is all about. It's not just comfort, it's not just style. It's the connection between the driver, the machine, and the emotions it inspires. The 1953 Cadillac Series 62 gives you that connection in a way few cars ever have. It is the definition of timeless. So if you enjoyed this deep dive into one of the most iconic Cadillacs ever created, make sure you stay tuned for more legendary rides, more rare classics, and more automotive stories that bring history back to life. What's up, everyone? Subscribe my channel.